Hey everyone out there in YouTube land, this is Ronnie Kion coming to you one more time just to talk about life a little bit. I want to talk about a subject called introversion and extroversion. You know, growing up, in the islands, because originally I'm from Jamaica and I grew up in the States during my teenage years and into my adulthood years up until now. And I was always what you would consider a quiet kid, who did not say much. And a person who is rather quiet or introverted, they tend to be targeted. They tend to be very misunderstood. And it took a lot of growing up in life to realize that this world does not cater to people who are introverted and quiet. Now, I had to learn this truth just by living life and interacting with those close to me and interacting with the world, just with people in general. For years, I thought that there was something wrong with me. Why am I not so socially out there? I'm a private person. I keep myself to myself. I talk to those who I am close to, and I believe that I believe the world have a way of putting expectations on people to be up on a certain par where they're not supposed to be any expectations. Because when you're a person who do not talk, for the most part, you become a target. People are going to target you. People are going to misunderstand you. People are going to call you standoffish. Even if you express your truth, that will also be used against you. But I've come to a point where I just live my life. I just allow life to just pass its course. I'm getting older. I'm approaching 40 years old, and it really doesn't matter what people say anymore, to be honest, about if one may not speak or being introverted, because introvert and extrovert, it's by God's design. And let me break this down to you. You cannot talk all the time. That's extroversion. And you cannot not talk all the time. That's the extreme end of it, introversion. I believe that introversion and extroversion, they complement each other. If you look at the big tech companies, most of those tech companies was founded by people who really are known introverts. Because people who are introverted, they think more on a systematic level. They may not have the acuity to express themselves more on eloquency or more with words, but you could see that expression be brought out into the work in which they do. And so this world can tend to be biased on who you are supposed to be. Here's what I want to encourage those, especially the young boys that may grow up, or young girls that may grow up and see this in the future. Be who you are. If you're a quiet person, listen, be quiet. Here's the reason why. The less you say about yourself, nobody ain't really got nothing to talk about you. Because you're not doing anything wrong by being an introvert. It is not a sin. You're not going against God. There are times when God is just silent, and there are times when God speaks. Introverted people are also, they speak their minds, you know. And I really look into this. I thought it was me alone. But when I really hear people, stories of, you know, this introversion and how their family members, they treat them a certain way, or they're grossly misunderstood, I say, man, it sounds very similar. So I don't get entangled or get caught up into introversion, extroversion. I am unapologetically an introvert. I'm an introvert. So, yeah. And not changing for nobody. You know, I am who I am in God. I know the voice of the Lord for myself. You know, when I'm wrong, I look into myself and see that I'm wrong and make the changes necessary. But, you know, I realize after all these years that I'm an introvert. I've tried to see where I could be more extroverted. That haven't tend to work. So, yeah. Life is about just accepting your reality, you know. And if your reality of who you are upsets people, are the people around you, just align yourself to like-minded people, and people will accept you and love you for who you are. This is Ronnie Kyung. Until next time, take care of yourself and everyone.